Good evening. I am back. It is now 11:40 p.m. on Tuesday, January 28th. Hey, Ayla. Wow, I can't believe they made a sequel to Final Fantasy VI. Yes, Final Fantasy VI-2, the sequel. Hey, I'm here. I was here a bit earlier, if you remember. Which you probably should, because it was only a couple hours ago. I streamed the first couple hours of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PC, and it didn't run super well. There were stutters and issues, and things weren't amazing, so I fiddled with some settings. I freed up some space on my hard drive, too, because I was down to less than 100 gigs. So I uninstalled a couple of other Square games that I haven't finished yet. Thankfully, all cloud saved, not Strife, cloud saving. The other main character, Final Fantasy, cloud save. So I should be able to get those back once I'm done with Rebirth and make some room. But for now, I'm axing Visions of Mana and Kingdom Hearts off my hard drive, because I'm like, not enough space. Because I was actually realizing, like, oh, the VODs are going to take up too much space before I upload them. I need to free up some hard drive area here, or I'm not going to be able to record. So yeah, I did that. We had pizza for dinner. I got pizza for my family. It was good. Really good. And yeah, I fiddled with some settings. I enabled hardware acceleration, which I had never done. My computer never had hardware acceleration enabled. So I'm going to see if that fixes anything. I've forced VSync on in my graphics card, but I don't think that's going to do much because FF7 Rebirth has, like, forced VSync anyway. So I don't think that's going to matter much. You can't disable. You could switch it to VRR, but I have no friggin' clue what that does, and I don't want to risk it if it's not as good as VSync, or if it's more experimental than VSync. So I don't know. I also updated OBS, and now there's a weird thing that says scale to window underneath the preview. I don't know if that's actually making it, like, worse to look at on not on the stream, but on my end. Because now if I look at 100% of the window, it's actually got, like, a scroll bar, and it's kind of annoying, because I can't actually see the whole screen in one go, so I guess I have to keep it scaled. I wish I could just shrink the sources area down a bit, like you used to be able to get the full screen, but it's whatever. It won't matter for FF7, because I'm playing it off the actual game screen anyway, and that's already 720p, so who cares. And yeah, I'm back a little later than I wanted to be. I'm actually extremely tired. I didn't sleep super well last night, despite, still being home and on vacation. There is a reason for that. I have told a couple people about the reason why. Some stuff happened last night. I am just going to say, you napped 3 times today, glad I didn't overlap the streams. Yeah, I tried to nap from after I ate until like an hour ago, and now I'm finally a little more awake. Downside is I am behind on my daily drawings. I need to catch up and hopefully finish at least last week's by tomorrow, and then catch up on this week's before the end of the week. So yeah, stuff happened last night after I got home. I've told a few people about it that I trust. If you are one of those privileged people, just don't bring it up, please. just for safety's sake. I'm gonna say it was nothing bad. It's actually something very good, but I'm gonna keep quiet on it for various reasons. But a couple of my friends do in fact know what it was. Yeah, I got extra tacos from Taco Bell. Exactly. Where's the button? Damn it. Anyway, before I get back into the meat of FF7 Rebirth, which I kind of wish I'd finished the flashback in one go. I wish I had made more time for it. Again, I've been really tired and all over the place today. I've been unpacking. It was slow going. Thankfully, it's mostly back to normal now. Just kind of got a little mess everywhere. Flashback is pretty long. Oh, okay. All right, so maybe it'll be worth doing 2 full streams of it. So, the main point of this ramble is, if you knew from me talking about it for weeks beforehand, and from rushing from rushing Ace Attorney Investigations 2, I was at MagFest from last Wednesday until yesterday. You know your bird's got his free taco trips. I was at MagFest until yesterday, and it was an interesting experience. I have never been to MagFest before. I've been to PAX East once, and it was not the best experience for me. I did not enjoy it a ton, but it was... I just turned the volume up, and now I gotta turn it back down. it was good, but it wasn't like a great experience. MagFest, on the other hand, kind of a similar deal, but a way better vibe overall. So I had a lot more fun. Kind of thinking, like, what exactly do I want to recap here? I took pictures, and I could probably just go, like, day by day really quickly. And just, show whole. So this is the view from where I stayed. You could tell because of the alt text at the bottom says view from my hotel room. So I didn't stay in National Harbor. I stayed in Alexandria, the town over, which is in Virginia. I did not realize that National Harbor was at the border of Maryland and Virginia. So I had to figure that out when I was looking at the train schedules. I'm like, oh, I'm going to Virginia, not Maryland. So it's about a 10-minute, 15-minute drive away. It's not bad. The issue is just, you have to take public transportation or Uber back and forth, and it does make you feel a bit isolated from the action. But I will say that the hotel I stayed in was very nice, very quiet. The train station that I took, the Amtrak station, is literally right across the street from this hotel, and it's just a generally nice place to be. There's also a 24-hour diner right next to where I was staying, so it was really convenient. If I was like getting home at like 2 in the morning and I was like starving, I could just go over there. Yeah, it was nice. It was a bit pricey. I mean, mostly because it was just me and my one roommate in the room, and I paid for both of us to go. So it was a little pricier than I would have liked it to be. But it still was good. I still enjoyed it. Sorry, I'm pulling up the stream manager here so I could see chat while I'm showing this off. I keep forgetting to do that. There we go. I turn the volume down even more. It's funny that I'm turning down the volume to like 16 on this one. When I had it up to like 50 when I was playing Rebirth. I drew this on Monday in my daily sketchbook, and I didn't share it till Wednesday. I don't know why I had the thought to do this. It's Eustace Winter doing that Simpsons meme where Homer pours the cereal and the milk in the bowl and it catches on fire. I figured, it's the kind of thing. It's the kind of humor I can imagine people engaging with our favorite cringe fail boy, as my friend Soma put it, or fail cringe boy. That's nothing. We're gonna meet Ninetales. We're not clicking on anything adult. Okay, so already at day one. All right, so I did not, honestly, yeah, that would happen to him, yeah. So I did not go out on day 0 when I got there on Wednesday, which, by the way, I might not, if I go again, I might not go on Wednesday just because there's no need for me to be there that early. That said, it is nice to just be there an extra day, so I don't necessarily mind. So day 0, what I did was I got there, I checked into the hotel. I literally did not leave the hotel for the rest of the day. I waited for my roommate to show up about 3 hours later. We got settled in, and we ordered, what did we order for dinner that night? We had burritos from a local place. We had it ordered. And, yeah, it was good. It was okay. We slept in late, actually. So we were actually pretty late getting to the convention center on day 1. I didn't get there till about, like, yeah, about I didn't get my badge until almost 3 p.m. on the 23rd. So, yeah, it's a very chill vibe. Here's the thing, though, like, I went through the whole guidebook app for the event, and outside of the concerts that I wanted to go to, there wasn't a ton to do, like, that I wanted to do. I put down a bunch of tournaments and panels, but I think I skipped all but, like, 2 of them, because I just wasn't really, like, I didn't want to rush to get to them. And to be honest, the vibe of this place was so much more chill than, like, a regular convention. I had my badge. I wrote my Michael Macaw Zai on it. Not that I think anyone there would know who I was, but, it was there. But yeah, we went around like 2 p.m. on Thursday. We got our badges. It was pretty quick. I'll say compared to literally any furry convention, it was extremely quick. Despite people saying, "Oh, the line's long," I'm like, this line took me 15 minutes to get through. You kidding me? That's nothing. So I did that. We did that. Then we immediately went and got sushi from the from the district market inside the convention. Well, not this tech. So this room that I took this selfie in, this isn't the convention center. This is the hotel. Like, you actually see hotel rooms up in the corner. It's indoors, and the hotel balconies all face indoors, which is really neat. There's a market like to the left of where I am here, and they sold sushi, which me and my friend got, and it was disgusting. The rice tasted like it had been left out for over a day. Also, I shaved, so I look very round. My face is very round. Just noticed it because I still have the PC Gaming Wiki page for Rebirth open. It's the first game I've seen that would straight up not even boot on your old graphics card. It requires at least a 20 series GPU and then the NVIDIA side. I have a 2070, so it should be fine. I have an RTX 2070. That said, if I want to get a new one, now I can absolutely do so if I really want to. Pretty. Yes, I took some photos of the inside. If you've never seen it before, the internal area of like the main hotel is really big and open. There's a river, bridges. There's a whole photo shoot area over by the fountain. It's really nice. It has a very cool vibe to it. That's like indoors and heated and nice. Yeah, I got a sushi roll at the District Cafe. It tastes like the rice had been prepared several days ago. So I wandered around a bit, saw some sights. Someone was sticking up shadow printouts of him saying, "Nice cock." So thought that was funny, considering that's like my one shadow joke whenever I played a game with him in it. There was a Dragon's Lair arcade. I didn't really go into the museum too much, but they had some vintage arcade cabinets, including a Dragon's Lair cabinet, which is a game that I have a lot of reverence for, even though I've never played it. I kind of want to get the collection on Switch, but it's never on sale, and I don't feel like it's worth the price, normally. Graphics card seems to still be holding up well. Meanwhile, my 1060 did its best, but it's super dated, yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I got the 2070 when it was still pretty new. The only other card out at the time was the 2080. I just got it because it was, like, future-proofed my PC. But now it's becoming, like, average, so it's kind of hitting a point. That's why I'm saying, like, I think I might be hitting the point where it might just be time to consider getting a new computer. Even though it's only been about 6 years, I might be able to hold out another year or two, but I don't know. This was cool. Someone was dressed up, and you see a lot of cosplay like this. Someone was dressed up as the sprite of Super Mother Brain from the end of Super Metroid, and they were reenacting the whole finale scene with Samus, even though that's actually Metroid 1. Is that standard or is that Justin Bailey Samus? Like Zero Suit from Metroid 1. I think it's like Metroid 1 Zero Suit. The costume had like the music and the lights on it and everything. It was really cool. There was a memorial for David Lynch where people were leaving a bunch of like personal things that they knew he would enjoy. They also had some signs mentioning like the games he inspired. There was actually some more stuff hung up another day regarding like quotes he said and some other things he established. It's really cool. There's a Woody Woodpecker down there. Someone drew a picture of him in the Twin Peaks setting with the 5 Woody Woodpeckers that he bought when he was younger. Remember seeing a Dragon's Lair arcade cabinet in the wild at a random tourist trap, but the laserdisc inside was messed up, so the video was just skipped ahead super fast and immediately game over. Wow. So I went to see, the main thing I did was actually go see concerts on the main stage, which is kind of interesting, because that's kind of the point of MagFest. I went to the Steel Samurai concert. They were pretty good. They did a lot of, rock covers of video game music. You're going to notice that rock covers of video game music is a very common theme at MagFest. Steel Samurai did a very good job, though. Very much enjoyed seeing them. I got a lot of... The first day I was there, I wore the Mega Man EXE hat you saw down here. I got a lot of compliments on this hat. People were like, "Where'd you get that?" I'm like, "Etsy from like 6 years ago." Sorry. I just told him, like, look up Mega Man Battle Network wool cap and see if it shows up. I went back to the concert hall later that evening. I can't even remember what I did for dinner. I think I just went and got something to eat, like a burger from that same market. I went back. I watched Cybertronic Spree, which they're a group of musicians that do like, it's like essentially like a rock opera, of covers of popular songs, like both video game and like 80s like hair metal songs, and it's all done to like this storyline that of Optimus Prime dying and then getting revived. It was very long, very exhausting, but incredibly entertaining. I really enjoyed it, and I was so glad I showed up early and watched it ahead of the concert I was there to see afterwards, because it was really cool. I had never actually heard of them before that. Really cool gimmick band. Really cool. After that, Lotus Juice performed. If you do not know Lotus Juice, he's the guy who raps over all the Persona 3 music and some other Persona music as well. He performed mostly original songs. He told a bunch of stories about his early childhood too. Like, he used to live in America, and he said he would routinely be in New Jersey, which got some pop from the audience. I was like, hell yeah, New Jersey man. So he would he talked about that. He performed the song that he did for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Tendency. He did a song called Overdrive for part 2, which makes sense because that's like the part where the Hamon was, and that was Joseph's thing. He did that. Towards the end, he was like, "It's hot in here. Can I take off my shirt?" So he took it off. He had a Jack Frost shirt underneath. Here's an image from him from the monitor where he's looking very triangular. And he ended it with some Persona music, and he actually had someone from, I don't know if it was from the MagFest staff or from one of the other bands. He had a female vocalist come up and like cover the female vocals from a few of the songs. They did the opening theme to Reload, to Persona 3 Reload. They did It's Going Down Now, the surprise attack theme from Reload. They did the soundtrack version of Deep Breath, Deep Breath, which is the full moon dungeon theme from the beginning of the game. And then they ended it with Mass Destruction, and it was really great. Got a ton of pop. It was an excellent concert. Very much enjoyed it. It was so hot. He's wearing a cool shirt. Yeah, he was sweating. Let me tell you. You could see it up here, but like, if you saw him, you had to have seen him on the monitor. Because I was standing. My preferred spot here was always left of the stage, because you'd always get to see on stage, and it would never be super crowded, because everyone wanted to be in front. And there was a big monitor over to the left and right that you could like see shots of the stage on, and he was glistening. He was like Sephiroth when he fell into the river in the previous stream I did of Rebirth earlier today. He was sweating bullets, but it was a awesome concert. Loved it. It was the way it capped off the first day. And yeah, it was just an amazing time. I really enjoyed it. Day 2. Well, no, not day 2, because I got home. That's the thing I kept saying. I kept saying I got home in the middle of the whenever I went back to the hotel, even though I'm like, I'm not actually home. I got back to the hotel, saw there was a diner when I was walking. So when I got off the Uber, and I was like, I went to my roommate Steph, and I was like. She was like, I'm hungry, but there's probably no places to eat around here except fast food. And I'm like, there's a diner right next door that's open 24 hours. And she was like, no way. And I looked it up. I'm like, yeah, it's literally a 24-hour diner. So we went down at 3 in the morning, and I had an omelet. No, did I have an omelet? I can't remember. Yeah, no. I think I did. Yeah, I had an omelet. And she had liver and onions, which... power to her for being able to eat that. I've had it once and I couldn't do it. But yeah, it was great. This ended up being like the spot that I would go to for like the rest of the weekend for food. Like whenever I was in the hotel, I was like, oh man, it's gonna go next door. It was cheap, and yeah, it's 24 hours. I was really happy about it. Here's some other shots from day 1. Here was the sunset. This is a good shot of the inside of the hotel area. They literally have buildings inside the building. It's like that cabin inspection game, except not stupid. That pic is pretty, yeah. There's the harbor. There's actually a amusement park. I think either to the left or right of here, with like a big Ferris wheel that lights up. It's really nice. Yeah, you can see the balconies here. Again, I really would love to get a room in the... This is called the atrium, this area. I would love to get a room in this. Because, like, because there's parties going on down here, like, all night, all weekend. It would be awesome just, like, walk out in the balcony and be like, yeah, party time. I never actually went out to the back. There's an outside area. It was very cold. I did not want to do that. There's the Ferris wheel. You can't really see it too well because it's nighttime and there's glare on the windows, but, yeah. I did go to a Battle Chip Challenge tournament. Let me tell you, this game is not as fun to watch as it is to, actually, you know what? I'm sorry, I got completely messed up. It's not as fun to play as it is to watch. Because this game is very, like, you don't do anything in this game. You just watch the battles happen. And it's just fun to watch the CPU, like, completely screw you over. It was fun. It was kind of just projected into, like, a corner of the tournament area, so it was, like, you could see, like, the projectors kind of, like, rippling. It wasn't really set up super well. It was a fun little tournament, though, and I enjoyed watching it. Love seeing that Game Boy player, yeah. Here's another shot. Here's the reverse side of the atrium. So I was standing, like, up around... Not here, but, like, up here when I took that photo before. And, yeah. Just really... You can see people raving up there. It's really cool. There's bars, there's restaurants and stuff. Not restaurant. There is a restaurant, kind of. And then there's just walkways that lead to the convention center over to the right. It's really neat. So many so I didn't get any photos of this, but yeah, there were a lot of clowns at MagFest. Like, a lot of clowns. There are a lot of... People just love putting on makeup and being silly. And, yeah, highly respect that. Yeah, a lot of, there was a whole lot of going on. Again, I respect that. I know people, there's like, people joke about clowns, and rightfully so, because they're silly, but I have a lot of respect to people who can commit to looking the part and making other people laugh. It does, it resonates with me, and I think that's really cool. And then there's this guy that I saw on Friday. He was alright. But then I went and had Nando. Okay, no. So the big thing on Friday, and if there was a huge line for this. Red Vox was playing. They were the first band playing on Friday. It's pretty great. If you've seen the Too Many Games concert, it was not dissimilar to that. It was obviously like way better produced. Sound quality was a lot better. They had like big monitors in the background showing stuff. They performed mostly newer stuff. They did close with Atom Bomb, which is like Vinny's like favorite closer, which it's a great song. It's absolutely a song worthy of closing out with. And yeah, the whole band was really cool. They had Chrono Trigger. They had some like various like games that Vinny was like a big fan of in the background. I thought the Chrono Trigger background was really cool showing up there because it extended onto the side. These monitors, which are really cool, like these monitors are really interesting. These like just long, wide ones. Yeah, it was cool. Very loud, very fun. I was actually in the front of the stage for this one because I was near the front of the line, so I was like, well, why not? There was a Wayne cosplayer in front of me from Hilux. There, you could see the top of their headpiece. They actually ran into Vinny, and because Vinny's actually wearing a Hilux shirt here. I completely forgot about that too. That he was wearing that, and yeah, it was good. It was definitely like the reason to get up early on Friday, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It was cool seeing him in person for the second time ever. I've actually met Vinny in person before, way back in 2014. He had a meetup at the Jersey City Barcade, which I've been to multiple times since then, actually, because my job used to be located near there back in 2019. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool to see him perform. The music hits different when you hear it up close compared to like when you hear it on YouTube. Like on YouTube, like it's you're gonna get a much cleaner experience when you listen to a professionally studio recorded song. But like hearing the grunginess of a song in person is it's an experience. It's something, and definitely recommend doing it at least once with the band that you enjoy. I'm gonna grab a drink because I am getting dry-throated. Vinny made a point to mention that he was hydrating while doing the concert, because apparently he did not do that at all during the Too Many Games concert, and that resulted in not the best time for him. I go concert again. Haven't been one since the Anamanaguchi one in 2019. I kind of have a hot take. I don't really like Anamanaguchi all that much. They have some good bangers, and obviously the Scott Pilgrim versus the World game soundtrack is, you know, a certified bop. But like, I remember listening to, what is it, Capsule Silence V or Capsule Silence 5, and I really didn't resonate with that album. It kind of fell off for me very quickly. Maybe I just have to listen to more of their stuff. Capsule Silence sucks. Okay. Alright, well, there you go. I must just have to listen to more of it. Because, to be honest, it was just that and the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack that I listened to. But I'll have to give them a listen. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I think the band sucks. I love what they did. I love their attitude and their energy. So, maybe I'll have to go back and give them some more attention at some point. I haven't really listened to much else from them. I think what happened was I listened to the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World soundtrack, and then that was right around when Capsule Silence 5 or V or whatever came out, and I was like, okay, I'll just check out their new album, and then I listened to it, and I'm like, oh, I'm not into this, and I think that just kind of soured me on the whole experience for a while. Sit down and listen to the whole USA album at some point. Actually, my favorite album of all time. Okay. I'll give that a shot. Same, I'm out, yeah. So that night, that evening, I went to Nando's with my roommate and some artist people that I knew. And it was really good. I had never been to Nando's before. I only knew it from the meme, the cheeky Nando's meme. There were, you know, it's mainly a UK thing, but there's one in the National Harbor. Literally everything on the menu is chicken. Unless you're ordering a vegetarian dish, you're eating chicken. And as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of chicken. This was fucking delicious. It comes with that little cup that you see above with all the bones around it. That's called peri-peri sauce. It is so good. We dipped the fries, we dipped the chicken in it. We got extra hot, which, by the way, isn't really extra hot. It's like extra hot by British terms, which means which is to say mild to Americans. So it was good. It was very crowded and very tight in there, but yeah, it was worth it to try that chicken. Definitely will consider going back there if I go back to a MagFest. And yeah, it was that. Someone I don't know, Approximate Ostrich, they drew me for some reason. This has happened before. I've had someone just go to a bunch of like Twitter furries and just draw them. And I'm like, oh cool, thank you so much. I should actually probably save that. I should remember to save that later. I'm gonna open that in a new tab so I don't forget about it. Pale person hot, yeah. So that was cool. That was a neat little surprise when I got back to the convention center. So I went back to the concert hall after the Nando's, and I watched Power Glove and T-Lopes, and again, both great. Power Glove was more of a direct, like, metal video game cover band, and T-Lopes, you know him, he did the music to Sonic Mania, which, by the way, the whole event this year was Sonic themed, specifically Sonic Mania. Yeah, he obviously, you know, he didn't perform the music the same way, because he was, you know, it's all pre-recorded. He was more DJing the music, and yeah, it was really good. He had some guest singers up. He played music from Mania, from Streets of Rage 4, Shredder's Revenge, which he also did the music for. It was great. It was like a fun, like, you know, it was a really good DJ set to close out the day. And yeah, I went back after that, and what happened? Did I do anything that night? I spent time with some of my friends that evening too, but only for a bit. Day 3, excuse me. Saturday. I got another late start. I slept in. I had to charge my stuff because I didn't plug it in overnight. Oops. But day 3, I did the Emio cosplay, which, if you were here around Halloween, I actually showed that off. I took some fun candid pics of it. Not candid, like set pics of it back then. So I decided, you know what, gonna wear it to MagFest. It'll be a great and easy costume. And yeah, I wore it. Eye holes were way too fucking small. I tripped over someone who was sitting by a wall, and I'm extremely sorry. If they somehow ever see this or find the post I made about it, I am very sorry that happened. And if I hurt you in any way, I apologize. I did not mean to immediately trip on someone. It wasn't immediate. Like, I'd stepped away to rest for a second, and then when I got up, someone was right by the wall that I didn't see. So yeah, I need to make the eye holes bigger. It was a nice costume though. Where's the I reposted some of the... Oh, you know why? Because it's a reply to someone, that's why. So yeah, I went around with that. I got a couple people asking me for photos. It was nice. I went to the Uchikoshi photo shoot, and people noticed me in the background because visual novel fans, obviously. There was actually there was like a reporter for a Nintendo website, being like, "Yo, shoutouts to the Emio cosplayer," just kind of awkwardly skulking around the convention area, and I was like, "Thank you. I'm glad I pulled it off convincingly." I love this costume, by the way, and I hope more people play Emio. So, hoping that I can wear this at another event. I don't know what though. I don't know which event I'd wear it at, but I would like it. We went to... My roommate and I and a friend of hers went to Grace's Mandarin, which is right near the hotel and convention center as well. Huge Asian-themed restaurant. Very nice, like sky second floor area. I got curry noodles with chicken, or was it chicken? I think it was chicken. For someone who says they don't like chicken, I sure eat a lot of it. No, it was pork. It was pork. Excuse me. Very good, really delicious. They give us water, like, infused with shit. So I played the Famicom Detective Club games. Should soon, because they aren't that long, right? They aren't long. They're just very slow. Honestly, I know you want to play the original versions. Just play the remakes. They're really good. They're worth experiencing. Play the girl who stands behind first, and then play the missing heir. I know people are like, you could play them in either order, but I feel like playing the second game first is better. Just storyline-wise, it's better. Because the second game is a prequel, and it actually works better playing the prequel first than the original story. So that was good. We went there for dinner on Saturday night. Can't quite remember what I did after that. Oh, that's when I went to the photo shoot. So, Uchikoshi photo shoot. You know I love the Kotaro Uchikoshi games. Zero Escape, which I still want to stream someday. Volumes 1 through 3. The Somnium Files, which a lot of people in our chat are now well aware of. After I streamed both of those games. Namely the second game, because that's when I had an audience. But yeah, a little known fact about Kotaro Uchikoshi is that he got his start being a graphic designer on Pepsi Man. So someone actually showed up to the photo shoot in a Pepsi Man costume. And yeah, it was great. They didn't call them up to get their photo taken like with the groups, and that's kind of sad. But there's also, you can see a Junpei and a Clover here from Zero Escape. That's on super sale right now. Which one? Somnium Files? Okay, so all of Uchikoshi's stuff goes on sale a lot. Zero Escape, Somnium Files, I highly recommend all those games. They're so good. And you know what? If the wiki says it, I guess it's true. Thank you, Ryuki. Am I doing on music here? I don't know how much more I got left to recap here. I got 20 more minutes. Okay. This shouldn't take 20 more minutes. So here's some actual shots of the Uchikoshi photo shoot. You got some dates. You got a Ryuki in the corner there. Someone actually dressed up as what's his name? Kanuzo? Can't remember. I don't know. His name isn't too familiar to me. Some irises here. It's Kagemi. It's Kagemi! Ibas and Tamas. We had some more irises. A lot of Somnium Files. There was way more Somnium Files cosplay than there was Zero Escape, which is kind of sad, but also not too surprising since it is the newer series. There was an Iris and there was one Iris and one Ota. I don't know why these why these photos came out so blurry. Wow, this is awful up close. But yeah, here's some Zero Escape. There's some Junpeis, a couple Sigmas, a couple Dianas. I think that Diana's holding a gun to his head. That's a moment from the third game. And yeah, that was the only photo shoot I went to. It was good though. I did see some of the TF2 photo shoot, but didn't really stick around for that. So we got stuff on sale. There's actually a few first-party Nintendo games on sale right now. Surprised they finally picked up Clubhouse games. Nice, absolutely worth picking up. Just play Macaw for like 2 hours. That's worth the price of admission alone. I actually got every medal and every tip in that game unlocked. I have like a perfect unlock record in that game because it's just so fun and engaging. Even some of the motion control stuff sucks, but like it's still like once you get past those, it's excellent. Actually, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax was on sale as well for like $8, so I picked that up today. It's still downloading, I think. So something I forgot to mention back on Friday, after I had gotten out of the before the Cybertronic Spree and Lotus Juice concerts, I went to the Battle Chip Challenge tournament. And the thing with the tournament, the gaming area and the expo hall and the arcade room, they're all connected to each other, and you actually have to go through each room to reach the exit. So I walked out of the tournament area right next to, and right there was a shop that sold boxed Japanese video games for multiple systems at fairly good prices. I looked them up, and they do, they were kind of matching the market price on them. So, I made my only expense, not my only expense, but my big purchase of the con was picking up a few Square games on Super Famicom. Live Alive, which was oddly enough the most expensive one, Chrono Trigger, and FF6. They are not as hard to find in Japanese as you would think. The boxes were really good quality. Sorry, the Celeste singing actually worked out perfectly here. The 6 box art's incredible. Yes, it is. This is actually slightly damaged, so it was a little cheaper. But yeah, these were actually pretty cheap. None of these were over $70. In fact, 6 was only like 45 because of the wear and tear on it. I did look them up. They were close to market price on what you would get for them. And yeah, they're the nice sturdy plastic boxes. Checked. They are the genuine articles. They do have the manuals and all the inserts they came with as well. The cartridge is in there. Everything's nice and very high quality. And yeah, it's really cool. I figured, like, you know what? I'll pick up something for my collection, because the thing is, the expo hall at MagFest is kind of like you go to an anime or furry convention, and you know, you'll see stuff that you like, but like unless it really stands out to you, you're probably not gonna pick it up. I wasn't really looking for anything at MagFest. This just caught my eye, and I was like, you know what? I'm here. I have the money on hand. I'm gonna make an impulse buy, and I'm gonna just get some stuff for my collection. I may give this 6 copy to someone, but I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see. Had the Japanese version of 4, and its Japanese box art's kind of just okay. Isn't that bad? That's just the characters, right? 6 was when they really went to, like, the trouble of, like, illustrating that whole thing. That was, who did the illustration? Was that Amano? Just the chibi art. Yeah. Oh, yeah. One vendor did have a boxed English copy of Chrono Trigger. It was $800. I'm glad that it's gone down in price, because I think when I went to PAX East, it was like $1,000 to $1,200 for an inboxed English copy of Chrono Trigger. Still quite too far in my price range for me to want to pick up, though. Especially when there's better ways to play Chrono Trigger This I got solely for collectors, like, display purposes. I'm probably not even going to take them out of the plastic cases, honestly. I mean, I did, but I'm not going to do that, like, permanently. Still got to finish Chrono Trigger. Oh my god, Ayla. It's such a great game. It's worth playing through once and then play through it again, getting all the endings. Like, just make a save file, get an ending, reload the save file, get the next ending. It's really fun and challenging to do that on a second playthrough. Especially towards the beginning, when you have to, like, beat Lavos with only Chrono and Marl. At, like, with like, no... With nothing beyond what you carry over in a New Game Plus. Hell nah. I still haven't done that myself. I was going to do that a long time ago, and I never did. So it's $7 on Steam. I might grab that version because of official ultra-wide support for an SNES game. Playing on DS might be more comfy for you. I will say the DS version was how I first experienced Chrono Trigger, and I've said this multiple times in the past. If I did not know that Chrono Trigger was an old game, I would have thought that was a new game that came out in 2008. That's how good that game ages. I would have thought it was a brand new game in 2008 if I didn't know it was a remake, like a port. The DS port is so good. Well, that just kind of cut out, huh? Anyway, yeah, that was my big impulse buy at the con, and I really like it. I have those boxes right next to me right now, and it's really neat to just hold them in your hand and think, wow, I own a copy of Chrono Trigger. A genuine copy of Chrono Trigger, like the original release of it. Yeah, they actually kept updating the PC version up to 2023. It's not longer just a shitty port of the mobile version. Yeah, the PC port used to be awful. Thankfully, they've fixed it significantly. I didn't run into this cosplayer, but Ash did, so I took a photo. I met Ash. There was a very small Good Vibes gaming meetup on Saturday, and I went and hung out with Ash and a couple other people. If you didn't know, he's one of the founders of Good Vibes Gaming. He used to work for Game Explain. He's also Rob Paulson's son, which is really cool. So there's like the whole voice actor connection there too. Neat. He's pretty good at it too. I gotta say, like I've heard him do some voice acting, and he's very good at it. Yeah, here we go. Shout out to the MEO cosplayer just looming around the atrium. I just saw that the day after. So final day, I dressed up nice. This is me in the indie arcade room. I really did nothing this day at all. Like, I had no plans for this day whatsoever. I just kind of hung around and did stuff. I did go to my roomie was participated in the Iron Jams, which is like they perform live music with like unusual instruments, and just kind of I actually don't know like what the rules were for it because I wasn't part of it, but she did vocals for a cover of Anarchy Rainbow, which you could probably find online. I don't know. I've uploaded it, but I'm not gonna share it. I did that just for her and her friends to watch. But yeah, she won some mag points, which are like you could use these in the dealer's room to get in place of money for stuff. I don't know what the conversion rate is, but they come in these like little circuit boards that you can apparently plug into something. And she just gave one to me and our friends, which was really cool. I'm like, oh cool, that's a nice little souvenir of the convention. So I got one of those. I played the Mr. Driller. There was a Mr. Driller arcade machine in the arcade room. Not really a Mr. Driller arcade machine. It was a Sega Blast City machine that they put Mr. Driller on. If you didn't know, Sega has this thing. They run a lot of arcades, or they support a lot of arcades in Japan, and they have like these generic arcade machines that you could just kind of slot other games into, because they just make the arcade machines. So I played a round of the easy stage, the India stage, and Mr. Driller won. Beat it with 2 lives left out of 4. Got perfect air bonus, and yeah, I was like, I still got it. I got first in the leaderboard for that day by a significant margin. I was very happy. I don't know why this has like a higher score, but it's still lower. It's probably because of distance. It goes by distance. That's why. Yeah, ass number 2. Wow, that was kind of it, huh? Yeah, that was kind of it, actually. I hung around. I actually sat in the atrium and drew for a bit. which you've probably seen what it is, but I'll show it in a second. And then I went to I just went back to the hotel afterwards, and hung out with my roommate. Yeah, here it is. I actually drew, based on the photo I took, I drew Vinny in my daily sketchbook. I know it didn't come out super well. Obviously, his positioning, his pose is wrong compared to the photo, because he's bent forward in the photo. And obviously, human face, what the fuck am I trying to do there? But, you know what? From a distance, looks convincing. His face is a little scrunched, a little squished. But, yeah, I think it came out pretty well for drawing practice. Considering I was looking at this photo of him, which, by the way, I was looking at it zoomed in. Why is it... Oh. Okay, never mind, that doesn't work. I was looking at it zoomed in, so it was, like, very blurry. My phone, Welcome to angles, yeah. Bot said PC version of Chrono Trigger. Always funny seeing stuff like SNES games be 1 gigabyte, yeah. And yeah, my last night there, me and my roommate had ramen, and it was very overpriced because we ordered it last minute from DoorDash, and, it ended up being, like, almost $100 to get it delivered. It was good. I got spicy ramen with a couple fried tofu blocks, and I got a thing of Japanese curry sauce, which I didn't use. I actually packed that up and brought it home, so it's in my fridge right now. And I also got mango creamy soda, which was interesting. It had a very interesting taste to it. Any soda with milk in it is kind of a weird time. But yeah, that was what I ate the last day, and I think that's kind of it. Yeah, I went to the diner one more time. I had a burger. They had called, so the burger was called the diner's called Bob and Edith's, and they had a Bob and Edith burger. Let me tell you, this fucking thing was like, you ever see that old you ever see that commercial? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull that up because that commercial's worth watching. Enrique, maybe. Yes, I scrolled past that, but the apparently there's been a trademark registered for Skies of Arcadia, so people are thinking we might be seeing something from Sega relating to that. Okay, what was I gonna look up? I'm sure most people have seen this to some extent. It's the Japanese Burger King commercial. Is that, like, did that actually air in America, or is that a Japanese commercial? Because I don't think I've ever actually seen that, even though it's clearly in English. But yeah, I got a burger from them, the B&E burger. It was 2 patties, huge, thick, wide, an egg, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. And it was, like, thick sliced tomato with buns. I literally had to, like, stretch my jaw to, like, take a bite of it. I was like, oh god, how do I do this? It was, did I just watch the first step of Animorphs? Yes. Yeah, it was something. It was good. That filled me up the whole day. I barely ate the rest of the day after eating that burger. It was so good. If I go back there, I'm having that again. Maybe eat it with a knife and fork. And yeah, that's kind of it. I'm looking through anything else here, and now we're back up to now. I did take a few more photos, but I didn't post them, so it's like I can't really see them. I can't really, like, show them. Anyway, back here. Song's gonna cut out before protein, yeah. Wow, I have 2 more songs left before I'm out of time here. This did almost take 50 minutes. Remember how much I really like Walmart store brand bacon cheeseburgers? Same kind of taste as Burger King, but a quarter the price. Burger King always has interesting flavored burgers. You know what I didn't like from Burger King? When they did grilled dogs. Those are disgusting. They used gherkin in their grilled dogs, and it was like, why? I don't want a sweet pickle in my hot dog. Fire grilled burger, hell yeah. I'm getting hungry. Don't bring up burger around me. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I came home after that, like literally right after I ate that burger. I went back to the hotel room, checked out, walked to the train station, got on the train, and I was home by 6 o'clock the following day, and or yesterday. And yeah, that was MagFest. I had a lot of fun. I definitely think there were issues with how I handled the thing overall, and I would like to, mainly because here's the thing: I went with one person in particular that I was anticipating spending more time with than I did, and it kind of just like the whole premise of me doing that didn't really hold up all weekend, I think. And that was kind of the main issue I had. So I was alone a lot of the time, and considering I didn't have much to do, it kind of just left me feeling like, I didn't do enough here. Yeah, my problems were I didn't see nearly enough people this weekend and skipped pretty much 90% of the non-concert things I looked into. Got late starts multiple days. Yeah, I didn't feel that was a big deal though. And then tripping on someone I cosplayed made me feel really shitty, because I felt really bad that I may have accidentally hurt someone. They seemed okay, but, like, you know, it still sucks. But yeah, I mean, it was good. If I go back again, which I might, because it was an easy trip to make. It's not far from where I live, and it's pretty cheap to get on the Amtrak and go down there. I might try to see if I can assemble a bigger group next time, instead of just going with one person. So, we'll see how that turns out in 2026. I had a lot of fun. You know, I got to see Vinny. The other thing, too, is I didn't really get to meet a ton of people. Like, I got to meet Ash for a bit. I got to hang out with a couple of my friends that I knew. And I got to see my roommate, who's a friend of mine that I'd never actually met in person before. So I was really happy to do all that. But, like, I didn't get to meet, like, any, like, streamers that I know. So, I didn't mention this up till now. Jabroni Mike was at MagFest. And I actually did see him. I saw him in the hallway on Friday night. He was just kind of like hanging out, looking at his phone. And he looked busy though, so I was like, I probably shouldn't bother him and say anything. He looks like he's pretty preoccupied right now. So I ultimately decided not to say anything, and I just let him be. But yeah, I did see him. I absolutely 100% saw him. I even asked my friend, I'm like, is that Jabroni Mike over there? And they were like, yeah, absolutely, that's him. So, I thought that was pretty funny, because I had no idea he was there until he confirmed it the next day with his post, with the picture of him with his badge, where it said, like, shitfest or whatever on it. But, yeah, I did see him, and that was cool, I guess. I would have loved to talk to him. I would have loved to talk to him and Vinny. I didn't get Vinny's autograph either when he was doing the signings, which, admittedly, I should have tried. I kind of just wandered around afterwards instead. I just knew the line was going to be way too long, so I didn't want to bother. But yeah, that's MagFest in a nutshell. I came home. I immediately passed out. Did my laundry late last night. Then the before-mentioned good news came my way, so I was kind of distracted by that. And I didn't sleep super well, so I was tired today. And here I am, staring down the last couple hours of my vacation before I have to go back to work. And really wishing I didn't have to tomorrow. Remember, I was so close. I was so close. So fucking close, man. But it is what it is, and I'm going back to work tomorrow. But yeah, MagFest was wonderful. I enjoyed it. I will go back in with a better plan next year if I go back, and yeah, it'll be cool. The thing is, though, I want to do Anthro Northeast as well, and that's like right before MagFest usually. So I don't know if I could swing both, but I don't even know if I'll go next year to that. So we'll see. It should be doable. And yeah, that's where I am. So this has been about an hour of rambling. I'm gonna set up, or I'm gonna get FF7 loaded, and we're gonna resume that. I said I fiddled with some settings, so it might run a bit better. And yeah, that's that. I don't really have anything else to say. And just in time, because the music is fading out, and this is the last song. So yeah, thank you, MagFest. You were wonderful.